So we've got our Scotland t-shirts on today.
Are we recording right now?
Yeah, man.
Hi everyone, welcome to episode 5 of Are We Wrong Though? I'm your host Amanda.
And I'm your host Siobhan.
Tonight's episode we are recording modern dating.
Whoop whoop.
Hee hee.
Right, let's get to it.
I'm excited
We have
for
our
this one.
drinks again tonight.
We have
Guys,
loved last week's one. It was last week, eh?
2 weeks ago.
Was
Or a week out, remember?
Oh yeah.
Elderflower mint.
And I have blood orange rosemary.
These just seem to get us going.
Decent. Well,
Get us started. Get us tripping.
they prepare us.
Get us.
They
yeah,
prepare us.
Get us prepared.
How were the results from the poll that you put out on Sunday, Monday?
So the answers we got were actually quite controversial. We had male and female answers, and we had people from relationships and single people answering both. So it was good to get a perspective from both. One of the questions we asked was, have dating standards become too high? The expectations when you go on a date between a male and a female.
What was the result, sorry?
So the results for that one were mixed.
Right, okay.
Some people...
What was the majority?
I can't even remember.
Right,
now.
okay. So, my personal opinion, I don't think dating standards, I don't set dating standards out to be too high, I don't think. If you're dating me or talking to me, send me a good morning message, check in, make decisions on where we're going for food instead of saying, what do you want to do this weekend?
Yeah.
Holding the door open, that's basic.
Mm-hmm.
So that, I don't think my dating standards, are too high.
Yeah, I think I expect a lot. I expect all those things.
But that's not a lot.
No, but I expect all that and more.
Fucking right.
But I think if a guy's going to ask you out on a date, I think he needs to, like you said, take initiative and plan it all. He needs to decide where you're going to go, decide what time you're going at, obviously if it suits you, but just taking that lead a little bit more and deciding what the plan is, what we're going to be doing. I think dating standards, I think the standard of dating, people have a high standard, but people just aren't reaching it. So like you say...
Do you think, when you say that, do you feel like it's the female species isn't reaching it, or the male species isn't reaching it?
Well, I can only talk from a female perspective, obviously. I don't think males are reaching that standard that women are looking for. I feel like the men are slacking in that department. And that's not just my perspective. We're hairdressers. We work with the public. I have numerous women sitting in my chair who are single and talk to me about their dating lives, and the standards are slipping.
Yeah.
And like we said, old school, men would open the door for you. They'd pull your seat out. They'd maybe even buy you a bunch of flowers and give you the flowers on a first date. They would without question pay for the first date. They would plan it all ahead. And I don't feel like, personally, I wouldn't want somebody picking me up on a first date anyway. I would, if you've just met them. Amanda's done this. Wow. Did you know them though? Or were they random person off of a dating site?
We connected through a dating site.
But you knew of them?
No. Connected through a dating site. Spoke for about 2 weeks. Knew the same people. So I was quite comfortable.
Oh, you're still here to tell the tale, so it couldn't have been that bad. He wasn't a murderer.
No.
No, that gives me the absolute fear. On a first date, I don't think I would want somebody, unless it was like that kind of situation, I guess. If you have like mutual friends, like, and maybe if someone could vouch for them, I think it's different.
So this was the person that I had
long-term on and off relationship with.
No.
Okay.
This was the person that asked me that question in the car when 5 minutes after going to the car.
All right, okay. That was your first date.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah. I feel like am I going red?
No,
am I not beaming?
Blushing about that one. Oh. Oh.
Anyway, moving on. Right,
moving
so
on
the poll.
swiftly.
High standards.
Yeah, so I think it was there was some men that answered the poll, and I think they were the ones that said that the dating standards are too high. And I think it was most of the women that said that the dating standards aren't.
Right. So men are obviously feeling like too much is expected of them.
Yes.
But what did you say earlier? The bar is in hell.
The bar is in hell. It is. The bar are in hell.
Okay. Yeah, totally.
The bar is in hell. The bar is low. Men aren't reaching it. I'd probably say that's why a lot of people's first dates don't go. For girls anyway, like first date and then it's like, nah, that's not good enough. I have to be like, I think I sense it when I'm speaking to someone if they've got the potential to show up like that on a first date, and that's why I've never been on just a one-off date. Never just been on a date with somebody and then it's always led to something, because I must be quite good at reading people.
So I've been on lots of dates.
Yeah.
I've been on lots of first dates. So
one and onlys. Yeah.
So now I'm thinking, am I not good at that? Oh, don't know. I can't do that. I can't do that.
Maybe you're not good at reading people before you go on a date.
No, I am very good at reading people. Very good at reading people.
Maybe you just like to go and test the water. Yeah, no, like we spoke about before, you're one of those people that just like, you'll just go and do it without hesitation. So maybe you just don't think about that too much. Maybe you read the person and you're like, oh, what harm is it going on a date? Whereas maybe because I think about it too much.
Analytical. You are.
Yeah.
You are analytical.
There you go.
There you go.
That's what you were meaning earlier. I get you. You were actually stating a fact, not asking me a question.
That'd be polite.
Okay. So another question on our poll was, is ghosting ever acceptable? Nuh-uh-uh. No, we're all adults. Let's not be paying people off now, guys.
I think there are different types of ghosting. Right, in fact, shut up, Amanda. There are two types.
Don't tell me to shut up.
There are two types of ghosting.
Mm-hmm.
The first type of ghosting is calculated. You know what you're doing.
Yes.
You know you're giving this person the silent treatment because it's going to wind them up. You're looking for a reaction from that person.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of narcissistic ghosting.
Yep.
Then the second type of ghosting is... why is it
pardon me?
The second type of ghosting is you're either just not responding to them because you're pissed off, angry, disappointed. You're really just not in the right frame of mind to respond to that person, whether it's answer a phone call or respond to a text message. So you're sort of protecting your own peace and your own energy by just not responding to that person. So that for me is two types of ghosting.
So that's maybe somebody who's an avoidant. The person trying to...
on the receiving end.
Being the person that is doing it to protect their peace, deliberately ghosting somebody. Because I don't think there's a reason for it. Like, unless you have had a big blowout and you have like had a big argument about something and you're pulling away from that person to regulate yourself so you can come back and talk about the problem, And then if you're not wanting it to go any further, then come back and say, look, this isn't for me. That argument was uncalled for or whatever. But I always think there's an explanation. So there's always a reason why.
But the time frame between that explanation could be a day or 2 days. But to the receiver, that day or 2 days could seem like they're just being ghosted. But from the person that's doing the ghosting.
So, but then that's not ghosting then if you're going to come back. So if you go away for 2 days and then come back, but I don't think that that's necessary either, to disappear for 2 days. It's a long time, 48 hours to disappear and not speak to somebody and then just come back and be like, oh, hi. Like, you don't need 2 days.
We've had different experiences then.
Have you done that?
I have.
You've ghosted someone for 2 days and then come back?
I have been on the receiving end of that many times, and I've also, what's the word I'm looking for? Infrastructured that into
your relationships or dating situations.
Mm-hmm.
See, I haven't. I have maybe in the past been called a bad communicator, but I'd say that's one thing that I'm good at and one thing I won't let drag out. I will go quiet, but I'll never go quiet for that long, because I feel like then that's given silent treatment. And then there's a difference between ghosting, silent treatment, and like shutting it down and pulling away completely. Do you know what I mean?
I like this because we're not just agreeing with each other. You know what I mean? Like normally like football content people or what they called commentators, they just agree with each other.
Mm-hmm. Because we've had very different dating experiences.
Yeah.
Very, very different dating experiences. And we're obviously, because of that, different people within ourselves, within our dating experiences. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I personally, if I was speaking to someone and for whatever reason, they didn't speak to me for 2 days, I won't speak to them. I will not speak to them then, because I just don't like that will leave me thinking.
Would you then not think so?
Unless you've said to them, like, look, I need to take a wee bit of time away from this because this isn't doing me any good. But I feel like if someone's making you feel that way, that you need to disappear for 2 days, then that's an answer within itself. If someone's making you feel like you need to withdraw from them for 2 whole days, then that's an answer. You need to just cut it off.
In one of my... Here's a dating story about me. Let's word it that way.
Yep.
So something like that happened. The person I was involved with disappeared for a few days, and it was very strange because we'd been in contact every single day, not all day, but every single day at least, morning text, evening text, etc. And then it kind of just got less and less and less and less, and then it just went quiet. And then because it got quiet, I then kind of stopped messaging.
Mm-hmm.
But then a few days later, it turned out he came back, got on the chat and everything, spoke about some personal issues, personal issues, etc. What's the point of me to why am I telling you that?
For why he disappeared for 2 days. So he disappeared for 2 days because of personal issues.
Yeah. Well,
so did you think it was acceptable?
He apologised, saying sorry, I've been quiet, I've been dealing with blah 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 blah.
So he disappeared for 2 days. Your conversation between the two of you was consistent, and then it fizzled out a little bit, and then he disappeared for a few days, and then he come back with an excuse that he had personal issues, and you believed him.
He's had a lot on his mind. He's dealing with this. He's dealing with that, and because it was quite discussing his mental health, stuff like that, I actually responded honestly and said, I think we need to go and speak to somebody. I think it would do you good. Like, just that, not even humouring him, literally out of concern.
Yeah. I think, like, if it's those kind of situations, if you're in that situation where you have troubles, whether it be because of your mental health or, like, whatever the reason may be, that you are dating somebody and at the very, very early stages of dating, you have those kind of issues where you're withdrawn, I think it's unfair to be dating. Like, I think that's issues that you need to go and deal with your personal issues before bringing that to the table. I think it's very unfair for you to be bringing those issues into a relationship so very on that are going to have those detrimental effects where that, like, disappearing and not speaking to someone can leave somebody thinking like, what did I do? They sit in their own head for days thinking like, and I think that's unfair to do that to someone.
Oh yeah.
Then you're stuck in your own head questioning what happened, like, where's he gone? And I think as well, fair enough, come back and explain why you disappeared, and if it was for those reasons, come back and explain, and then maybe just that's when it should just shut down. I don't think anything should progress from there. Did it?
No.
Pardon me. So anyway, another question on our poll was, who should pay on the first date?
Dude.
The dude. See, I've never paid on a first date, ever. I've never contributed to a first date.
I've split the bill.
Yeah, not because I've not offered, but just because anyone that I've been on a date with has always, no. Like, they've offered to pay it and they've got it without me even having to get my purse out.
You pick them good, eh?
Clearly not. I'm single.
Nah, but like, obviously, based on that question.
I've never... No, that's a lie, actually.
All right.
But it wasn't a first date. This was like the second or third date in.
Well, then it's not relevant because we're talking about first dates.
Right, okay, yeah. So that's why, yeah. Okay, so on a first date, I've never had to contribute to the date. I've never had to pay for it.
I'm really cold. I'm still here. I'm just going to put my coat on.
God.
Can I just excuse me? It's just over here.
Okay, girl.
Absolutely frozen.
You must just be a cold person because I don't think it's that cold in here. My house is always toasty.
I am what I am. I am what I am. I'm twin-blooded. Cold-hearted. That's going to make some noise that when I've put that on. Sorry about that, girl. Right. Here, Lex. They'll get shaved the night.
So first dates. I've never had to contribute, but I would offer if I had the opportunity to offer, but I've never had the opportunity to even say that I would pay. I personally think for a first date, I think it should be split if he's willing to let you split it. I don't think that's a bad thing. I used to think the opposite. I used to think that the man should have paid. And then I kind of changed my views and was like, well, do you know what? Like, see, if you're going on first dates with, say, from a guy's perspective, he's going on multiple first dates. He's trying to find the right one. So he's obviously taking girls out on dates to see how you get on. Obviously, that's why you date people, right? And I think it's unfair for girls to be doing the same thing and guys to always be the one paying for all these dates. What if you are both doing the same thing? You are both going out dating.
Yes.
And the guy, he's had to pay for like 6 girls to take it. Well, none of the girls have had to do it. Imagine
that's just his prerogative. If he knows that he's going to have to pay, or he should be paying for the first meal, he'll rein it in.
But also,
like, just pick a girl.
Since having
pick a lane,
pick a lane and getting it. Since having a child. Did you find that one funny? Yeah. Bowling.
You know the Friends episode?
Oh God, here we go. There we go. She's had too much trip.
When Chandler and Joey are talking about dating, and Chandler's like to Joey, pick a lane. Yeah. And Joey's like, who's a lane?
Now I know what you're on about. I was a bit confused.
Oh dear.
Anyway, let's rein it in. Don't rein me in. Sorry.
Carry on. Friday night?
Since I had Cara, I would say that I would kind of lean more towards men being the ones to pay for the first date, in terms of, if you're looking for somebody that you want a long-term relationship with, you're looking for somebody who's, from a woman's perspective, realistically, when women have kids, it's us 9 times out of 10, it's the woman that comes away from work, and it's the man that carries the woman financially. They go out to work and they carry the woman financially. So when I go on a date, I think about that and think, well, I want him to show that he's willing to pay for the date, and I don't know, just show that sort of like that, I don't know if it's like a masculinity thing, like just to show that like you're willing to pay and you're willing to, like, not that I'm looking to have kids with anybody, but like, just, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I don't know how to word that.
Although I am not dating, I miss masculinity in general.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even when you go to the shop to buy your lunch,
Mm-hmm.
your wee Tesco meal deal, your Coke meal deal, and there's a man standing there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or you both are approaching the queue.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you go.
Yeah.
I miss that. Why does that not happen anymore?
Chivalry's dead.
That one.
Yeah. That one.
That one.
That's the one. It's gone. Told you, the bar's in hell. And I'm not
going that way.
Have you ever been struggling somewhere with something, like when you're out at the shops or that, and a man's seen you and not helped you at all?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why?
And do that? Yeah, no, we're not even bringing that.
It happened to me the other day. I had Cara in the trolley, and I had a trolley full of stuff from B&M, and I'm trying to, on the cobbles, like I had a mirror in my trolley and everything, and I'm trying to like get across the car park to my car, and like nobody offered to, there was a guy walking to his car and he didn't even offer to help at all.
Tonight when I was going to Morrison's, I was like, walk in.
But I'm an independent woman, I'll do it on my own.
And do you also think that, right, sorry, I'm just going to change the subject now. What you've just said there, I'm an independent woman, I could do things on my own. Do you think that that kind of attitude
is the problem?
Is why men are just like, okay, what? Fucking date on your own. Do you think that's why men are just, I
don't think there's anything wrong with offering. Yeah, like, if you offer, then I might decline. That's because I can independently do it on my own, but there's no harm in offering to help. And I think that's not a problem, but like, that's definitely my mindset, is like, I maybe don't want him to help me out, but it's just nice to know that he would offer to help me out, because then you know that the bar's not that fucking low.
Yeah, I think I've become more independent probably in the last probably since Miles has come along, actually, because constantly, like, someone that I was involved with on and off, I would be reaching out for help, support, like, because it was put to me that I was his, and he was always there for me. Mm-hmm. But when I really needed him, he was never there. And if it was maybe like something that was being done in the house, or in the garden, or just anything that I would think, like, I need a man to help me with that. In the beginning, yes, he was always there, but it was like pulling teeth trying to make it happen. Yeah. And then it just stopped. And then it just got me to the point where I was like, I'm just going to do it all on my own. Yeah, I think
before kids came along, I lived on my own and had to do all that stuff myself. So,
But you ever just like, quite a lot actually, I miss men.
like having a man in your life.
Not just having a man in my life. Like, I could have a man in my life.
Yeah.
I could have a man in my life if I let it. But
the man of the standard that you're looking for.
The man of the standard that I am looking for
Mm-hmm.
is Rip Wheeler.
There's no cutting it. They're not cutting it.
If you are a man with the standard and probably looks of Rip Wheeler from Yellowstone and Dutton Ranch,
get in touch.
Get in touch.
Please. For Amanda.
Hi.
I know what you mean.
But I miss having that strong masculine energy around you, around the house, around the family.
Feeling safe and protected.
That protective feeling. I spoke to somebody the other week wanting to take me out on a date through TikTok.
Oh, nice.
I asked his height. Cute. I asked that for me it's you need to be taller than me.
Oh, you asked him his height?
Yeah.
Was it just some random
just random on TikTok?
And he just messaged you just saying, can I take you on a date?
Well, not in the beginning.
Okay, right.
Few chats back and forth.
Okay.
So I asked his height. He said 6 foot. I says, are you 6 foot or are you really 5'8"?
How tall are you? You're quite tall.
I'm between 5'9" and 5'10".
Right, that's quite tall.
So tall for a bird.
It is tall for a girl.
So he said 6 foot, and then he asked me why are you asking that? And I just says, well, just because. And I was honest and said, it's a safety thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you are walking with a man or you're someplace with a man, if they are taller or bigger than you, it literally just gives me a safe feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel safe and I feel protected with them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably all just in my head, but I don't know, it's just the vision of a taller, bigger man that could just wrap their arms around me, makes me feel protected and safe.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I get what you're meaning, because I definitely feel the same. I think most girls do. And I think the majority of girls do prefer a bigger, taller guy that's going to give off that he's going to literally jump in front of a bus for you. I've been with 2 people that have been probably about the same height as me, not that tall.
Okay.
And I personally, it hasn't bothered me when I've been with them. But like, I've never felt that way when I'm with them. I've never felt like unsafe or unprotected. Like, I've never felt any different to what I've been with taller men.
Yeah, I've not felt unprotected or unsafe. I've been with somebody that's the same height as me or shorter than me. I've just been like...
Yeah, it's just a preference.
Yeah, it's just a preference.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes you feel like they're more masculine if they're...
Yeah, and I know that's wrong. I know it's shallow. I know that's shallow. But some men like big boobs, some men like small boobs, and that's also shallow. So there's the balance.
And it doesn't matter. Like, that's, like I said, it's a preference. So, you know, if that's what you prefer. And like I said, I think the majority of girls prefer the tall, dark, and handsome when it comes to looks. When we don't get into the deep personality side of men. That's what majority of women would say. If you're like, what's your type? They'd be like tall, dark, and handsome. Most.
Yeah.
Stereotypical. Carry on. What are you going to say? Spit it out.
Our viewers contacted us with their own dating stories. Can we touch on that?
Yeah, so I sent it to you. You'll have it on your phone. I've not got it on this phone. This is like my notes. I sent it to you. So we asked for people to send in their story. You've got both stories. 3. You've got 3.
Okay, so before I tell you this story, I have to ask you a question.
You have to ask me a question.
Yeah, or ask you a question.
They can't answer, so...
Is it acceptable to start naming children on date 1?
Absolutely not. fear. That would put the fear of life into anybody, wouldn't it? But I don't think it's wrong to talk about children if you want them.
On the first date?
Yeah, well, if you're older.
How old?
So I'd say...
Careful.
In your 30s. I'd say definitely in your 30s. I think by the time you're dating in your 30s, you should definitely know what you want. In your 20s, you're maybe still on the fence and not quite sure exactly what you want. Or you might think you do, but see, when you're in your 30s and you look back, you might then think, I actually didn't know what I wanted. Now, by your 30s, you should definitely know what you want. You more than likely have, if you're single in your 30s, you will have been through one or two or a few relationships, and you should know, think like that, want that, don't want that, and know exactly what you want and not put up for anything less than what you want.
Okay.
So whether you've got kids or don't have kids, you'll know by that point if you've got kids, if you want more, if you don't have kids, if you want them, or if you don't want them at all. You know what you want. So when you go on a first date with somebody, I'd probably ask that question before we even went on the date. I'm not going to lie. During the talking stage, I would definitely be like, so you got kids? You would want to know if they've got kids. And if they did, if they didn't, if they want them, if they don't. Because personally, where I am at in dating, I'm not dating just now, I'm single as fuck. But I don't want any more kids. Or I don't think I do.
Oh.
I don't think I want any more kids. I've got Cara, and I just feel like I'm 33, I'm 34 this year. By the time you find somebody, I don't know if I want to go back and do it all again by the time I find somebody and settle down with somebody and get to the point of having kids again with somebody else, trusting to have kids with somebody else. I just don't know if I want that. So in my head, from a dating aspect, it would narrow down to being with somebody who's possibly older, with kids that are older, because I also don't know if I want to take on someone else's kid, and it'd be, do you want to take on my kid?
Yeah,
I
actually, when I'm on the dating sites, I don't tend to swipe right on anyone that's got no children, because I'm like, because you will not understand.
Well, you'll not understand, but if you don't have kids, do you want kids? And I don't know if I want to give you them, so do I want to go there?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm like, I sway more towards not wanting to have any more kids than I do towards having kids. So dating somebody who's not got kids, it kind of gives me that fear a little bit of what do they want kids, and they'll be expecting them from me then? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know if I want to have any more. So I think it's not a bad thing at this age, in your 30s, to ask those questions. And I think you should be putting all your cards on the table at this age, saying what you want and what you don't want, and not wasting anybody's time.
All right.
Cutthroat.
Like juggler.
Straight for the juggler. But in your 20s, no.
Well, one of our viewers at the time was actually only 23. 23 years. Can you imagine? Being 23 years of age. When I was 23, I was actually planning my wedding because I was married when I was 24. But anyway, our viewer here was 23 years of age. You're on a date with a wee hottie in the cinema. And then she starts talking about, this is from a man.
Baby names.
Eh?
Baby names.
Baby names?
No.
Right, okay, so before I tell you how he dealt with this situation, how would you deal with a situation like that?
So, I think a male and a female's perspective is totally different. I feel like if the girl likes the guy on this date, right, and he starts talking about that,
and you're sitting in the cinema up the back, you're 23 years old.
Let's start off by saying that I don't think the cinema is anywhere good for a date.
Absolutely not.
It's not.
You can't,
especially a first date. What the fuck are you doing? You're just going to sit in silence. And I think that's
clearly she wasn't. She's like, I think we should name our baby.
Well, no wonder. Fucking took her to the cinema. She's wanting to talk to him and find out what he wants and doesn't want, and where they're going in life, and where they're going on this date. And he's took her to the fucking cinema. He took her to shut her up. He clearly didn't want those questions.
Okay.
Seriously though, cinema is not a good place to go for a date, especially a first date. Let's just set that.
But thank you for contacting us with your story.
Yeah, and apologies for slandering your first date, but next time do better.
She's so like harsh of the night, eh?
Yeah, I'm harsh on the dating scene, you know.
Okay, right.
Yep. So I don't. But a girl start talking about kids' names to a guy, automatically is going to give them the fear. Like, guys just don't deal with stuff like that very well, and I don't think on a first date that's going to make a guy.
Yeah, well, like he went for a toilet break and did not return.
No wonder.
He left that poor girl just sitting there watching.
Poor girl.
What
is she?
Left her there, eh? She's sitting there like, what's going on?
That's sad. Popcorn? That's sad, but
I'd be mortified.
She was just sitting like, is he there shit? It's been him so long. Is he okay? Should I go and check if he's all right? Because he's not But like, what do you do? Like, obviously, imagine leaving the cinema, going into the cinema on a date, and then leaving on your own.
Yeah, that's hard. Like,
that's sad. But how do you think he should have? Alternatively, from what his actions were, what do you think he should have done instead?
Laughed about it and just was like, hee hee hee. Like, just like.
I think that's probably a natural reaction for most men at 23.
Well, surely you want to make sure she gets home okay.
How did you get there?
Well, I don't know.
I know, there's more questions to it.
Anyway,
I personally feel like at 23, right, you're an adult. Again, when it comes to like ghosting, I think that's still ghosting. I think you should.
Oh, sorry, but I'm going to give this one all to you because it's absolutely hilarious. Just keep doing that because it'll
clock out.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not finished.
Sorry.
I think he should have. I think he should have finished the date, finished the movie if he got to see any of it for her talking. By the sounds of it, yeah.
And then blocked her.
No, not blocked. No, he should have said at the end, like he should have either waited until he got home and messaged her and said, like, look, like that just wasn't for me. Not gonna lie. Or if it doesn't even have to explain himself, just has to say like that. Just it wasn't for me. Like it was nice going on a date with you, but like that wasn't for me. You don't even have to lie. Actually, just be honest.
But can you imagine as well, though, right? Sorry for poor guy, but taking somebody on a date to the cinema, right? And then saying, I'm sorry, that wasn't for me. Like, I didn't enjoy watching a 90-minute movie with you. It wasn't for me. Like, what? Hang on, what? We watched a movie.
Yeah, no, but she spoke through it. So clearly they didn't just watch a movie, did they? Because he said that she spoke basically the whole way through it and that's why he ran away. But if she hadn't spoke through it, he wouldn't have had a reason to not take her on another date. Well, okay. You shouldn't have took her to the cinema for a first date. You shouldn't have just ran away from her. Yeah, learn your lesson. Well, he hasn't he?
He's done very well. He's done very well since 23, this person. Yep. Oh, no.
Right, so another story the other one, did you take notes of the voice note? The other one? Wasn't really a story, but...
It wasn't really a story, but it was interesting to hear the opinions of modern dating from a male in his 40s.
Mm-hmm. So this was one of the other stories that we got sent in about a date that this girl went on. So, I once matched with someone on a dating app a good while ago now, and we agreed to meet and go for a wee walk around a popular woodland area after chatting for a week or so.
Nice.
Yeah. We met, and despite the fact he didn't disclose his height, much shorter than me.
Oh, fucking hell. Raging.
We chatted and asked a lot of the usual get-to-know sort of conversation. He asked if I had any pets, so I shared that I have a dog and spoke about her for a short while. I then asked if he had any, and he disclosed that he had 2 cats from a previous relationship. I was entertained by his choice of words there. He then proceeded to tell me that he doesn't know where he stands in terms of legal action in gaining some kind of custody of the cats, and started to tear up because he hasn't seen or spoke to the cat since his since his previous relationship ended. At this point, I already knew I wouldn't be interested in seeing him again, but that just confirmed it. I spent the remainder of the walk listening to how messed up he is not seeing the cats.
Poor lassie.
Sorry. I'll also add he made me take my shoes off before I got back in his car because he was afraid any dirt transferred.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I bet he's still single.
That would be interesting. He's probably still on Hinge or wherever she came across him.
Oh,
imagine that. Like, first of all, let's not talk about our exes. Second of all, let's not talk about our cats that we had with our exes. Third of all, let's request him to take our shoes off in the car.
Nah, that just seems
Imagine
absolutely...
we had smelly feet.
Well...
No, I'm joking, but seriously, on a serious note,
do better!
What is that all about, though? What is that all about?
What, like, talk about your exes?
And your cats. And custody. Why are you talking to your new date about that? Go and talk to your mates about that.
Yeah. No,
do you know what I mean? On
okay.
a first date, let's not be bringing up our cats we had with our exes on a first date.
That's not cool.
I'm sure there's better things to be talking about. Why are you not asking her about herself?
Yeah.
Why are you not getting to know her? Why are you talking about her cat? Why is he talking about his cats?
If this story resonates and you think you might be this male pussycat ex-girlfriend...
I thought you were going to just call him a pussy there.
Well, kind of is, the way.
Sounds like it.
Like, if this is you, dude, you need to do better.
Yeah, dude.
That's bad shit. Oh, that's a wee thing I sent you.
So,
yeah,
we're going on to...
I was going to chat about some feedback that I got.
Male perspective.
Male perspective of modern dating.
So how old's this guy?
42, 43? 42, 43.
Single.
Yeah. Has been married. But basically, he's not doing it. He's not doing it.
Dating.
He's done. Done. Absolutely done.
Do you think it's quite sad?
Yeah, it is sad because...
I mean, we're saying that, but he doesn't think it's sad, does he? He says he's quite happy.
He's very, very, very happy, doing his own thing, not having anybody to answer to, being able to leave the house when he wants, return to his own house when he wants, you know, do what hobbies that he likes.
He's a free man.
Yeah, he did explain that he had a relationship, I'm not sure if it was last year or the year before, but she moved way too fast. And wanted to basically just know his every move, his every, like, just the constant...
Have you ever been with anybody like that?
No, because that sounds possessive to me.
I
don't think I've been with anybody like that. If I had... Well, oh, right.
Let's jump ship.
Not in that way. We've had chats off camera, so I think I might know what you're referring to.
What were you?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm referring to.
You get remix? No,
of a situation with you that you've had.
Is that what you? Yeah. Is that?
No, I'm just asking the question. I don't know what.
All right. Okay. So
I can't think of anything that you've told me.
Okay. Do you even listen to me?
No, not. But, I mean, we've talked a lot about dating situations over the years that you're...
Yes and no.
You're getting old now, you know. You've been through a lot.
Yeah.
I'm only 21.
I know. yeah, it was interesting to hear his perspective, because it is quite sad, but at the same time, I don't know if liberating is the right word. Like, it's sad to think that there are people out there that are happy being single and just look forward to being single and enjoying life single. But it's also liberating at the same time, because it's like, yeah, like, you don't need another person to make you whole.
Totally, yeah.
You know what I
100%
mean?
agree, yeah.
Did I send you that video of another podcaster talking about people in relationships are actually unhappy and sad?
Yeah.
I can't remember if that was the exact words that she used,
Something
but it
along
was
those
so
lines, yeah.
interesting, because I did resonate with some of what she said. Like, when I've been in a relationship, like, trying to break free from a relationship but having the financial fear, that's a massive thing.
Yeah.
And that was put to me as a fear tactic on leaving the relationship. So it makes...
So like he used it against you.
Yeah, so it makes sense that I surely can't be the only one that's in that same situation.
Yeah. I think that is very sad, because that's obviously what... I'd say that's why a lot of women years ago, why they stayed with their husbands, because of financial reasons.
Yeah.
Like, there wasn't the help out there back then as there is now for women that become single parents, or like, I think if you've got kids, obviously there's more of that fear because you've got kids to look after, but even women that didn't have kids, they were tied to their husbands through financial gain. I've never been in that situation myself. I've always known that it wasn't financial reasons that made me stay in any of my relationships, but I've always ended up doing better on my own.
In actual fact, so
in all aspects, like financially and just like my peacefulness. Like, I just always end up thriving when I'm on my own. And maybe I've just never found the right person to thrive with.
That is sad, but also liberating, isn't it?
Yeah, I think what the sad thing about it is that because that keeps repeating, that's what keeps happening, I feel like I'm better off on my own.
Yeah.
So I feel like I don't want to be with somebody now, because I feel like I just do better when I'm on my own.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in my own peace. I feel like I am financially better for some reason.
I'm at the stage where I couldn't possibly go back to having anyone else in my bed.
I know.
All the time. Even once or twice a week. Like, no.
It's hard.
No.
In the house.
Do you know what? When I was dating somebody...
my house.
Yeah. When I was dating somebody... I stayed over at his. The snoring was unreal. I've gone far too long without putting up with that. And I woke up, and I think he woke up as well. I said, I'm just going to make a wee suggestion here. I'm going to go and sleep on the couch, because I can't...
In your house?
No, in his house.
Right.
And he was kind enough, gentleman enough to say, well, no, it's fine, I'll go and sleep on the couch, you have the bed. And I was like, great, thanks. I'm sorry, but I'm not putting up with that.
No, not a snorer. Not a snorer. I don't know if I've ever been with anyone who's been like a massive snorer, though. I don't think I've ever had an issue with being with anybody that's been a snorer. But I don't think I definitely couldn't handle it.
Yeah,
and I think as well, when you've got kids, you're a light sleeper because you're listening out for them. So like, you're already like, I wake up if I hear the dog getting up. I wake up if I hear her at all. Like, you just hear every little noise and wake up to everything. That snoring would send me over the edge.
So,
question time.
Well, yeah, we've spoke about
the poll that we put up at
the start of the week. We've spoke about some of the stuff that our viewers kindly contacted us with. But I think we should ask each other some
Do you want to go first?
questions. So we've got 12 minutes on the clock.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got 12 minutes on the clock.
Let's go. What's your first question?
Have you ever been so polite on a date that you've clearly got the ick from, but you've just sort of like proceeded with it? I think I know the answer to this one, actually. So you've totally got the ick on a first date, but just to be polite, you've just sort of like...
No.
So you would end it straight away?
Well, I've never been in that position, so no, I've never had the ick on the first date that I've wanted to end it. But you know me, that if I did go on a date...
Wait. Oh, no, wait. I'm thinking about, right, okay, maybe I heard you wrong. Because I think you had a second date with that person, didn't you?
What person? Recent.
2026.
Yes. Multiple dates. So if I got the ick on the first date, there was no red flags.
Right, okay.
I just shouldn't have done it. I just shouldn't have done it
so you got
early.
the ick afterwards.
I got the ick, dates later,
Right,
not on the first date. As time went on. Also, like, there was a few other reasons. There was other reasons as to why I didn't feel that, but I had not long come out of dating someone and just threw myself in the deep end for
rebound
stupid reasons that and it just, there was nothing wrong with our first date at all, nothing wrong with him on the first date. I think I knew within myself that I just shouldn't have been doing it because I just wasn't ready to be going out dating, which is unfair on him. But as time went on, I just wasn't looking forward to seeing him either. But I wouldn't say...
Is that thunder?
No, it's the wind, my honey.
Okay.
It's the trees. I wouldn't... No, I've never went on a date and got the ick. And if I did, like, I would cut it off. I wouldn't go any further. You know, I'm too brutally honest. I'd say it in a polite way. I'd be nice about it, but no. Have you?
Yeah. Are you asking me the same question?
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Because I knew he watches our shit.
Proceed. That's okay. Tell him. Talk to him right now.
It's funny, but it did give me the ick. So
I think I know what you're going to say.
I was offered to be collected.
Collected for the first date.
Oh my god. He offered to come pick me up to take us to where we were going. And said person, we had been talking back and forth for about 2 weeks, you know, being a single mum and stuff like that. There's a gap between when you're free.
Yep.
So he came to pick me up, and whether he was being sarcastic or trying to be funny, I still don't know to this day, but it did. I was like, well, don't be right. He basically sort of like leaned in to the centre of the car and was like, looking at me to the road, looking at me to the road. So do you come brother? Do you come make my photos?
Like, he was being serious.
I think so. I don't know.
So what was your reply?
Were you being serious?
He'll know who he is.
Yeah, he'll know who he is. I was like, yeah. What do you say? Like,
he's probably laughing at this if he's watching it.
Let's go back.
Probably giving himself the ick.
Let's go back to podcast 1. You are savage. You are cutthroat.
Mm-hmm.
You are knife to the jugular. I'm compassionate. I am polite, and I am a pussy. And I am maybe a bit too soft.
So what did you say?
I was like, hi, yeah.
That wouldn't be me.
Yeah, well, I think we've all learned that.
I'd be like, all right, calm down. I wouldn't answer that. I wouldn't say yeah. I wouldn't boost his ego like that. What are you looking for? I wouldn't.
Well, I was nervous in his car. He was driving. I wanted to go
Drop
home
me off
that
at the next
night.
bus stop for
I
that.
didn't want to end up a lampshade in his fucking house.
Oh my God! Talking of that, did you ever hear the story of the girl that went on a Tinder date? Sorry, story time. The girl that went on a Tinder date. He picked her up, took her on the date, brought her back to her house. He drugged her. No, he drugged her, and she.
Are you this good at telling bedtime stories to Cara?
Yeah, she sat like, "Come on, Mum, what actually happened?" So, so she invited him back to her house. They had a drink. He spiked her. She let him out. She went upstairs. He'd obviously managed to sneak one of her keys. She went to go to bed, but they'd had a few drinks. She ended up being sick, so she brought up whatever he drugged her with. She ended up bringing it up. So she then ended up not total crashing out, which was his plan for her to do. So she ended up going to bed. She woke up hearing noises down the stairs, went down the stairs to find her whole house kitted out in plastic sheets. Like her whole living room space kitted out in plastic sheets. Her table, like a row of like
the scene from American Psycho.
Yeah, everything out, ready to
slaughter her.
Butcher her.
Oh!
What the fuck? So she ran upstairs, locked the door, phoned the police, said what had happened, and then they managed to get there on time, obviously, to arrest him. But, like, what the fuck?
Imagine. Is this a recent story?
No, this was years ago. I heard this, but it's a true story. It actually happened. But imagine, like, don't get picked up on a first date, you know? Don't invite someone back to your house after a first date. Okay, should I ask my question?
Yeah, sure.
Here's a Riorita.
Hello, baby.
This kind of actually is relative to your question. Have you ever dated someone for longer than you should have?
Yes.
Did you book flights to New York with somebody that you thought was going to last longer than it did? No, carry on.
Went with the flow with that one. Felt like booking a trip to New York. Booked the trick.
Will he be watching this?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, carry on. First question. Have you ever proceeded with someone that it shouldn't have lasted longer than the first date? Or a few dates?
Yeah.
Why? Did you fancy him?
Yeah.
So how long did it last? I feel like you're interrogated now.
Yeah, I know. I feel really uncomfortable.
Answer the question. Come on. I want to
know. Red flags, but I ignored them.
Okay.
Wee bit there was no consistency there in terms of the chatter back and forth and text and stuff like that. But I think because I had the hots for this person,
you let it slide.
I let it slide. So yeah, but yeah, we live and we learn. I'm glad I've had these experiences though.
How long did that end up going on for?
Probably only 6-7 dates. But 6-7 dates for me when I've got children. Yeah, that's like spread out over a long time because I'm probably only free like twice a month.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So, but yeah, I'm glad.
I think we've all been there. We've all done that. We've all ignored red flags. Sure, that was one of the questions on our poll as well. Actually, if you've ignored red flags, and I think every single person said yes.
Yeah,
everyone's ignored red flags, especially if you fancy the person.
But then we also ignore, like, green flags are good, but that too good can be
Yeah.
a red flag.
Yeah.
Like, no, you cannot be this perfect. You cannot be having this many tick boxes ticked.
Yeah. And do you know what? See, whenever I've dated someone who's had too many green flags, they end up having a red flag.
Yeah.
No, they end up having a big red flag. And I think that's my problem, is that when there is too many green flags, I'm waiting on the red flag, or I'm not trusting the process here. I'm not trusting these green flags, because something's going to trip up. Something's going to happen.
Final question of the evening before we wrap this up.
I know, I thought is this not only the second question? You've not got 3 questions for me?
No.
Okay. I've got another one for you.
Okay, I'll leave this one to last then, because it's just it's a finisher.
All right, okay. So I've only asked you 1 question, then.
Have you?
Yeah, and then like 10 within 1 interrogation.
So,
have you ever done the deed after a first date?
Yeah. Like after a first date or on the first date?
Well, after, like, same thing, isn't it? Like, you're not going to go out for dinner and do it on the table.
Why not?
Well, you could. It's like your style. I've never... Well, it depends if you're at their house. You wouldn't do it in a restaurant, would you?
Yes, I've had sex on the first date.
Yes.
The feelings are there.
Got to go with the flow.
Well, this is it. If you want to book a trip to New York, book a trip to New York.
Do you think it's a good or bad thing to do?
Having sex on the first date?
Yeah.
For a long time, no, I didn't.
Like, yeah, what's your opinion on it?
My opinion on it now is... I'm going to get spiritual here.
Okay.
Okay. Just be careful who you're exchanging energies with. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
Just be careful. I mean, even just like this, sitting across from me, having a conversation, you're vibing in my energy, I'm vibing in your energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think what someone inside of you, think about what that's doing energy-wise and what that's creating.
Yep.
And I'll leave it at that.
Okay. So you think...
If you know, you know.
So you don't think you should be doing that on a first date for that reason?
No.
You should be protecting your body and be careful who you're giving it to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. High five, guy. High motherfucking five. So what's your last question?
Are you done dating for the foreseeable? Or will you date again?
Oh, I'll definitely date again, but I'm definitely not ready to be dating. 1, my time is too precious. My alone time, I don't get a lot of it. And the same as yourself, I think when I dated the guy of recent, he also had kids. And when it came down to me and Cara's dad deciding on when we were going to sort out childcare, he was like, make sure it's in sync with my childcare. Like when he was free, and I was just like, mate, you're not dictating when I have my child, for a starter. And I just think then, like, when I do have to, I enjoy being on my own and doing things myself too much, that when it comes round to me having child-free time, I'm just not in a position of where I'm willing to share it with somebody. It gives me the absolute ick even thinking about going on a dating site, and I genuinely cannot be asked speaking to somebody, texting somebody, the mental process of it all, thinking about speaking to them, the whole thinking about what to say to them if they text you, thinking about what you're replying, thinking about going on dates, what to wear, the whole mental aspect of it, I just can't be arsed with.
Well, you better get arsed, because we're going speed dating next Thursday.
Well, we need to organise that for sure, but that's not so bad, because like that's like,
hi, I'm Siobhan.
hi, I'm Siobhan, bye. that I think like you're getting dolled up to date multiple people, and you can take from that what you want. Do you know what I mean? You can come away from that and not have to speak to any of them again. Like, do you know what I mean? We could go to that and just come away from it not speaking.
We're
to
not
anyone.
going to meet the one. We're going for shits and giggles.
Yeah,
Because we have a child-free evening.
Also, is it fair if the other person's looking for something?
So
we're not wasting anybody's time because
this is
speed dating
for content.
Oh shit!
So what?
But that's different.
Remember Street Mate?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, kind of like
Davina.
That,
Like Davina.
Gal. No, right now I'm not in a position of wanting to. So that was another thing
I
we
need to
wanted
text
to
my
do.
pal because then he asked for your number. So I'll just tell him you're out. You're not. You're out of the game.
Who did? Oh, you better be. Everyone wants my number. Everyone wants my number.
Oh, how'd your wish?
Oh no. I want to date again. I found like when I first became single last year, I felt like that's what I was excited for. Like I was just like, oh, do you know what? I'm just going to take it for what it is, and I'm just going to.
And then you just let her
have
fucking
fun.
down.
Yeah, exactly.
You let her down.
Well, he's let himself down, really.
Yeah.
What about you? Are you out the game?
I am out the game. I don't have the time. I don't have the patience. I don't have the energy. I love my own company.
So we were going to jump on dating sites as an experiment.
I did.
So I was going to ask, are you still on it?
I'm on
Amanda
it.
jumped on Tinder and I couldn't bring myself to jump on Hinge.
So a quick recap on that, because I need to go put my boy up. My sister will be nasty to me and never watch him again for me.
Okay.
So I matched with somebody that I knew from a previous time. Chit-chatted back and forward, but his responses were like 35 hours delayed. And I just thought, you know what? Anyway, it was nice to hear he's doing well. Complimented me, said he always thought I was hot. Oh, nice, right, okay. Yep. But because I was waiting like 2 days, almost 2 days for a response, I just unmatched. I unmatched. And someone else I matched with who, it's like a fucking toxic game. We've matched on and off when I'm on and off it. And we've actually got each other on social media. And he said, hey, and I said, hey, and I joked, and I was like, oh, like, I was looking for you. just to check you're still single. And then he says, what, on here instead of just messaging this? Then I messaged him on the Facebook. Yeah. And then it's just, it like the conversation from this guy is just dry and dull. There's no flirtation. It's just there. And whether that's just a case of he's maybe just not that interested in me, that is fine.
To multiple other girls.
Or yeah, he's speaking to multiple people. Which is also fine. But yeah, just there. Yeah. So I've not actually been on in a few days. This week's been really busy, as you know.
Yeah. busy. Yeah, just out the game. I think we put that on our poll as well, actually, asking who was dating or single, and everyone who answered that was single as fuck. Seems to be like,
I feel like we're you ever seen the meme or the meme or whatever it's called about Taylor Swift taking her next album for a walk? No. Because obviously she always makes albums about lovers and relationships and stuff like that. So when she first got with Travis, there was like a meme going about with her holding his hand, but she was walking in front of him, so it looked like she was taking him on a walk. Right, okay. And it was like captioned, Taylor Swift taking her next album for a walk. And I thought, that's absolutely fucking hilarious. This is now us. Yeah. Men are now going to think, fuck, if we get involved with them, they're going to talk about us on our podcast. Yeah, we will.
Well, no, I won't, because I won't be involved with anybody to talk about.
Nah, I will. Stay away. Or you're getting talked about.
I'm jumping on Hinge tonight to get some juicy stories and gossip. If you have any dating stories of your own,
Oh, yeah.
please send them in to arewewrongtho@gmail.com. You will find our episodes up on our YouTube channel, so please head over there if you want to watch the full thing. You'll see snippets on our Instagram and our, I was about to say Facebook, we're not on Facebook, our Instagram and TikTok, so please go and give us a little follow.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.